Well, that sucked. Unfortunately, it is just me today or tonight, so hopefully that's okay. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everyone is doing as well as you can following a loss like that. Man, a team that was up by 3 runs, milks it away. It's been a frustrating year for the New York Yankees, but there is one constant here. It's bad umpiring and Aaron Boone. And when those things mix, you don't win many games that way. So the prompt today is Aaron Boone or umpire. Who do you blame more for Yankees' loss? I'm going to tell you right now, I blame Aaron Boone way more for the Yankees' loss. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, interact with the chat, stay a while, have some fun. We'll be here for a minute now, but also just want to let you guys know, of course, if you ever want to become a member of the channel, you can do so. The link is in the description, and I will pin it in the chat. But man, today just sucks, right? Absolutely sucks. The Yankees go up 3-0, then it's 4-1. We're not going to talk about the umpires first, though. We are going to talk about Lawrence, like, where is my kid? He couldn't make it. I know everything is good. That's all I know. Maybe he'll join me later. I don't know. We'll see. But it's no pressure on him either way. So Will Warren, I thought, pitched very well. He gets through 5 innings on 67 pitches. And yes, okay, he starts to give up some runs, what have you. Gave up 2 earned runs. He's pulled from the game. Are we serious? Is this the real life? Or is this just fantasy? I butchered that. But the point being is, what the freaking hell, Boone? What the hell? I mean, that pisses me off. You know, that truly pisses me off. He takes him out with 67 pitches. Now, mind you this, the bullpen is fresh. Here's the issue, though. Here's the issue. They haven't pitched in a minute. So now you're bringing in these guys that are kind of rusty. And is that why he pitched him today? I don't know, maybe. But the point being is that Will Warren is pitching a good game. And as soon as he basically falls in any sort of issue, Boone is like, nope, quick hook, you're out of here. Let's go with Fernando Cruz. Genius idea. He gives up 2 hits. He gives up an earned run. Then you have Luke Weaver. He didn't look good at all. He gives up a run. He gives up 2 hits. He walks a batter. And then Devin Williams, the finale. 4 earned runs given up. 3 walks. It's just, really unacceptable. And this is the thing. We'll talk about the umpires. I know you guys want to talk about them. But how can you talk about anything to start other than Aaron Boone pissing away the game when he has a really good start from Will Warren? The first sign of adversity that he has to face. And he's like, oh, we're pulling him. You can't be serious. Is he injured? Like, how does that happen? I don't understand how that happens. A starting pitcher, 67 pitches in the 5th, you deserve to lose that every single time. Every single time. See, don't get me wrong. The Yankees lost tonight. They didn't do enough to win. But I thought the players putting up 7 runs, the starter only giving up 2 earned runs, 5 innings, only 67 pitches, was about to give you some serious length there. This is on Boone. This is 100% on Boone. Boone destroyed this game. Any chance the Yankees had of winning this game was gone the moment they took out Will Warren. And you knew it. You knew it right away. When they took him out, this is not a game they're going to win. You felt it in your bones, in your gut. It's just, Boone was atrocious tonight. And furthermore, I want to actually bring up another thing. Why in God's green earth is Jazz Chisholm hitting in front of Giancarlo Stanton and Ben Rice? Can anybody explain that to me? I know he took the final pitch, 3-2. It's a ball. He calls it a strike. The umpire was dog water. But my question is this. 1, it's close enough. Why aren't you swinging? 2, why is Jazz Chisholm the cleanup hitter? We are constantly told lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. However, today, Boone went with lefty, righty, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty, lefty, righty, lefty. What? So instead, with the tying run comes to the plate, and it's Jazz Chisholm instead of Giancarlo Stanton. That's what we encountered. Yeah, I mean, come on. And I understand. Look, Jazz. I guess I don't really have an issue. I don't have the home plate umpire totally missed the final. I get it. But at the same time, it was 3-2. And it's a close pitch. For me, I was just irritated Jazz was up as the final hitter. That should have been Stanton. That should have been Ben Rice. Stop messing around with the order. Why the hell is Ben Rice hitting 6th? Why is that happening? Why? Now, we know Jazz Chisholm can swing for the fences. We know, and I want to give him credit for being patient. But I just don't understand what is going through Boone's head making this lineup today. I don't get it. Just as much as I don't get why he takes out Will Warren. And there are people that are going to say, well, Will Warren was on the cusp of a meltdown. I mean, come on. Let's be honest here. Will Warren gets himself into trouble. He did it today. Multiple times. Got out of it. Let him pitch. I would rather you don't take him out, at the right time. Will Warren gives up 5 runs instead of using 4 bullpen arms to give up a combined 6 runs. So frustrating, man. Tonight was really frustrating. Sports Pod, I totally agree. Jazz is hitting like 208 with 2 outs and runners in score position. Exactly. I like Jazz. We all know that. I went to bat for Jazz. I've said he can be a star in this league. I was over the moon with the trade. That said, Jazz did strike out 3 times tonight. So, I'm sorry, but I absolutely would have rather had Stanton at the plate. And keep in mind, I'm trying to go about this like this, okay? Very simply put, I don't care that Jazz was punched out on a call that was outside. I'm looking at it as, how does that happen? How does Stanton not hit ahead of Jazz? I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't understand those two things from Boone. Why he keeps just throwing guys all over the order. Ben Rice hitting 6th. Stanton's not even cleanup. Stanton is exactly who you want as a cleanup hitter. And I see people are saying Will Warren was getting hit extremely hard. I get that. I heard you the first time. I understand. Still, I would have rather gone down with that ship than do whatever the hell they just did. That's just the reality of it. And look, I understand. You can see when things aren't right. But that was a mistake. I stand by it. That was a mistake to take out Will Warren. It just was. I did not like that at all. I thought Will Warren today looked really good. As soon as he faced the most adversity of the day, Boone didn't give him a chance to finish it off. That's just the reality of it. That's what I saw. But I thought he looked really good aside from that until that point. Really frustrating game. Really frustrating game. Doval, and this, by the way, is where I blame Boone, but I do think the umpires were terrible today. Brian Walsh, the home plate umpire, should be fired. He should not have a job. He's terrible. He's absolutely horrendous. In June, there was a pitch that went right down the plate in the the Blue Jays Orioles game, and he called it a ball. He's awful. I know people are saying he's in a Red Sox jersey or whatever on his profile picture. He got doxxed. I mean, I don't know too much about that. Also with AI, I don't know what to believe anymore. That said, does the MLB not vet these guys before they hire them? Brian Walsh is terrible. He's terrible. He's awful. He's so bad at his job. Not only is he bad behind the plate as a balls and strikes guy, he's just horrendous at managing a game. He let this game get totally out of hand. You could see it. Devin Williams said something, just let him say it. He's coming out of the game, just let him say it. No, you have to toss him. And then you're quick to toss, but I do not like it. And I thought it was really put well by David Cohn when he was like, look, these guys are supposed to have, their motor is supposed to run cold, not hot. The dude was a loose cannon. And also, as Michael Kay brings up on the broadcast, and he's absolutely right, that balk call is supposed to be made by the home plate umpire behind second base. So why the hell, keep this in mind, why is he calling it a balk? And that just gifted a run. That run looms large because it ends up being an 8-7 ball game. It's awful. It really, I don't like using the R word, rigged and all that, but you start to see, okay, there's been pitchers in this league that are investigated, all that. This umpire, after the 6th inning, because I thought he was fine, and then after the 6th inning, and by the way, Michael Kay brought this up too, after the 6th inning, he was awful. He was horrendous. And not only that, he wasn't just horrendous, he was really one-sided against the New York Yankees. It was just really hard to watch. Really hard to watch. The problem is when you don't have consistency, and by the way, Devin Williams said you missed 4 strikes. You missed 4 strikes, and that's why he was tossed. What I love about being an umpire is you get to absolutely suck at your job. And then you're basically as powerful as a police officer. Isn't that amazing? I mean, you're basically playing dictator. That's what you're doing. You call the game how you see it. Anybody who ever complains, you can literally eject them from the game. Just like that. There's no review. There's no appeal. You're gone. All because they do this. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, when you really think about it, it is crazy. Why do they have so much power? This is not the first time we've talked about this, but why do they have so much power? I don't get it. And why is it always these dudes? This weasel. This dude was a total weasel behind the plate. Nobody takes him seriously. The people that know him don't take him seriously. And why would you? It's unreal, man. It's unreal. There were a lot of frustrating things. That pissed me off. That wasn't a balk, by the way. Awful call. You're just giving him a run, which kind of coincides with what we were talking about with the whole R word. Giving him a run. Devin Williams was not good in this game. He almost got out of it. Not quite. I don't know why. He had the airbender change dominating that first at bat. Then he tries to hit him with a fastball. You know, of course, Correa serves it into right field, gets a double out of it, and here we go. It's like watching Clay. It really is like watching Clay Holmes. It's just, oh my God. It's so frustrating. The whole thing. And the problem is, this is supposed to be entertainment, but when I see umpires playing God like that, and I'm seeing Devin Williams give it up, it's like, oh man, where's the entertainment value? There isn't. It's just frustration. And at the same time, you got to give the Yankees credit. They fought until the end. They literally came up and they put in 3 runs in the 9th inning. They had a shot. They fought until the bitter end. They could have just totally mailed it in. They did not. Cody Bellinger with the 3-run shot, right? Of course, there it is again with the home runs, and this is what we were talking about, how it's not really sustainable. However, they did hit 3 today. The frustrating thing is Stanton hits a home run. Then the 4th inning, Wells hits a home run with Rice. It's 3-0 in the 4th. At this point, you have Will Warren pitching really well. You have to imagine that at that point in the game, 3 runs sounds like that could be enough. And then Urias hits the sacrifice fly. Then the next inning, McMahon hits a sac fly. He was good today. Give him his props. And then the 6th, you have the Pena home run, flailing our arms to get rid of Warren. Altuve grounds out, scores Alvarez. Then Alvarez has that single. It's just now it's 4-4. Then you get that awful balk. Or excuse me, you get the balk later on. They only left the yard once, and they came away with the win. It goes to show you Houston does have multiple ways to win a baseball game, and the Yankees, while they've shown this in the past, it's just not consistent. It's frustrating, man. It really is. I feel like I've said the word frustrating 10 times already in this episode, but it really is. It really is. And now, today you lost a spot because Toronto won because the Reds were up, 5-1? Gary texts me, the Reds are up 5-1. I swear, right after that, they got destroyed. And then Toronto ends up winning by 6 runs. Insane. 5-0. There we go. Yeah, it's awful. So Toronto won. The Yankees lost. Boston also lost. They have not been playing inspiring baseball as of late. All of a sudden, I'm not saying that they're going to do it, but if you guys haven't been paying attention, Tampa Bay is on a 6-game win streak. They're on a 6-game win streak. They're 70-69, trying to fight and scratch and claw their way into the postseason. They just beat up on Seattle tonight. Boston just lost Roman Anthony. You're right, Hollow. So, look, opportunity lost in a sense, but also it hurts even more because Toronto won. So now you fall back. You lose an entire game. Now it's 3.5. You were at 2.5. And if Toronto loses and you win, you're at 2. So, yeah, frustrating part there. Opportunity missed. But as far as that goes, I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to Austin Wells today. I got to give a lot of credit to Ben Rice. I got to give a lot of credit to Ryan McMahon. These were your multi-hit batters today. McMahon went 2 for 3, knocked in a run, looked good today, really did. Austin Wells was 3 for 4. He hit a home run. He's looked really good as of late. Ben Rice, of course, 2 for 4. I don't know why he's ever not in the lineup, but they've been messing around with him lately. Anthony Volpe, just a total lemon, 3 strikeouts. Some of the worst strikeouts you'll ever see. It's just bad, man. It's just really uninspiring. Wells finally passed him in on-base percentage because Volpe's is now down to 271. His slugging is now below 400 despite the fact that he has 70 RBIs and nearly 20 home runs. Anthony Volpe is back in that just I can't do anything right phase. It's brutal. And when you see Anthony Volpe in the lineup, you just immediately think of Caballero. At least if you're me, you're like, oh, why can't Caballero play? I mean, damn. Just awful. Volpe is atrocious right now. I mean, and is it just right now? I mean, obviously we know he's going to hit some important home run at some point and get us thinking, oh yeah, here he comes. But just he's 0 for 7 in the first 2 games of this month. And August, he hit 191 and he had a 602 OPS. His on base was 230. Anthony Volpe is just not a good baseball player. Actually, as a matter of fact, since May, right? Because May he hit 242, April he hit 245. It's been 205, 172, 191, and now 0. Are we serious? I just don't get it. I don't get it. But tonight, guys, let's be honest with ourselves. That 8th inning was no different than the Dodgers' 5th inning. That was horrendous. It's unacceptable. You had the wild pitch. Unacceptable, man. The balk, the wild pitch. I mean, I still think the balk was total bullshit, but you can't have that. People are getting on Stanton, left field. I get it. You kind of have to catch that, but this is what you get. And you know what? I'm willing to live with that as long as Stanton is in the lineup. Because you need his bat. It doesn't get any more obvious. You need his bat. So, yeah. Just really frustrating game, all in all. Let's get to some super chats. And then, of course, we'll do voicemails at the end here. Marion, our favorite Florida Marlins fan. My bad, Miami Marlins. If it's any comfort, Marlins have been dog shit too. Appreciate you, Marion. Yeah. I just feel bad for you, so I don't know if it's really any comfort, but appreciate the super. How about that? The super's comfort. We like the super. Mark, appreciate the 2. We're caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. And this is why we love you, Mark. This is why. Great super. A real one. Guy, how's it going? Thank you for the 10. 100% Boone. He put Devin in the airbender. He is the backbreaker. The pinstripes are too heavy. Devin Williams, 3-6, 5.60 ERA. And he has a 7.33 OPS and high leverage situations and a 3.21 OPS in low leverage. Yeah, I think they've just gotten a little too comfortable using Devin Williams late. Can he do it? Yes. Is he going to do it every time? No. Is he going to do it most of the time? No. He's a lot better when you use him in the 6th or 7th inning. I agree. And they have to make this work. They have to. At least for the rest of the year. They've already sacrificed too much for it not to work. So, yeah. Anyway, appreciate you, guy. Neil, thank you for the 20. Boone should it be given a version of the jobber rules by upper management. Williams should never be used unless the Yankees lead by 5 or more runs. I think we all knew the Yankees would lose once Williams was brought in. You know, Neil, I feel this. However, show of hands in the comments section, just put like a hand emoji or something, if you believed that the Yankees were losing as soon as they took out Will Warren. Because I, for one, was like, once Will Warren came out of the game, I'm like, this game is over. Once I saw him get pulled, I was like, this is not good. They are screwed. I knew it. I knew it right away. And this felt like one of those games where the Yankees were going to almost skeet by and they would blow it at the end. And that ended up turning into a laugher because the 8th inning. And then the Yankees still fought back and had a shot at the end. So that, obviously these games, you hate these type of games. Hate these type of games. You absolutely do. You don't want to lose a game by 1. It's not like, obviously in any sport, losing close, it really is a tease. I guess in football, when your team isn't as good and it's a David versus Goliath matchup and you keep it close, that's nice. But in baseball, you don't want to lose close because you can win any game and lose any game. So it doesn't mean anything to keep a game close. It just doesn't. You could keep the game close and have it be 1-0, but if the team just kicked your ass all day pitching, it doesn't matter. 1-0 is 1-0. Oh, we lost close. No, you didn't score. That's the difference. So, yeah, these ones suck. Appreciate you, Neil, for the 20. Alex Reyes. Williams had 3 Ks that inning, maybe 4. I get what you're saying. That's the tough thing. I think Williams did get screwed, but I also think Williams kind of lost his cool. And he's also, I saw it. Welkin brings this up, and I like that Welkin brings this up because I agree. If an umpire, and I am not at all trying to give Brian Walsh, this umpire, any sort of leeway or credit or anything. But the point being that Welkin was bringing up is when an umpire is calling it inconsistently, if you nibble on the corners with an umpire that's not consistent, you can't get mad when they don't give you a call. Does that make sense? If an umpire doesn't have a consistent strike zone and you're trying to nibble the corners, that might work when you have a 98 percentile umpire. But I'll tell you right now, it doesn't work. It does not work if you don't. And Brian Walsh is not the umpire to be nibbling on the corners. Oh, Marion, I missed your super chat. Oh, my bad. Let me find that. So, yeah, I shout out to Welkin Gunther. Totally agree. I think it's a perfect point you brought up. I wanted to give you your props. I would have highlighted your comment, but I don't feel as bad because I got the comments on the screen. Let's see here. Trying to find Marion's super chat. We don't want to Leave any stone unturned. Okay. So, this one. Is it Devin Williams or Mitch Williams? I mean, he's just Devin. I don't know. Appreciate the super. I feel like this is a reference that I'm just totally whoop, and I feel bad that I am, but it's over my head. But I appreciate you. Aaron Boone needs to ask ChatGPT what to do. Oh, man, we got an AI comment already. We're off to a great start. You know, it really be like that. Yeah, Fernando, appreciate the super. We always say Grok, but yeah, ChatGPT, Grok. Insert your favorite AI software below. Aaron Boone is asking. Does Aaron Boone like pull up like Twitter, go into Grok and be like, should I argue balls and strikes right now? Does he go, should I take out Will Warren? He has 67 pitches and he just gave up hard contact a few times. It's like, yeah, I guess so. Like, bruh, come on. Lauren, appreciate the 2. Yanks, mistake, was getting rid of Nestor. Oh, man. The mistake is that the Padres went and got Nestor. That's the mistake. Poor Nestor, man. Apex, while he was there, Warren better than 2025 heel. I would say that's tough. Oh, wait, 2025 heel, not 2024. Yeah, no, he's better than heel. I would say he's better than heel. Yeah. No, I would. I like Will Warren. I thought you were talking about 2024. Maybe you were. I don't know. But it said 2025. Definitely 2025. 2024, however, I don't know. That's close. I'd probably go with the reigning rookie of the year. That's probably what I would do. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. What can you do? Yeah, that's also true. I guess. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I didn't like the call. Not just because it's the Yankees, whatever. I just didn't like the call because it didn't come from one of the other umpires. It came from the home plate umpire. So honestly, in that sense, it just felt like he was just trying to send him home. That's what it felt like. I don't know. Apex, thank you for the 2. Will needs to stand up for himself like Fried and Rodon. How so? You mean like yell a little bit? Show some feistiness? How do you want him to stand up for himself? I like Will Warren. I do. I just think right now the Yankees are going to have a really hard time next year. And it's a good problem to have, though. And I'm not just saying that. When you look at the rotation next year, you got Cole, you got Fried, you got Rodon, you got Schlittler. Who's that 5th guy? They're not doing a 6-man rotation. So who's that fifth guy? Is that Heel? Is that Warren? Clark Schmidt will be out to start the season, but when he comes back, where do you have Clark Schmidt? You got ERC. You got guys that aren't on this team that you could trade for. So what's the deal? Who is that fifth pitcher? And you don't want to trade everyone because guess what? You don't know how Garrett Cole's going to look when he comes back. He is up there in age. He is coming off Tommy John. It's not a guarantee he recovers and he's totally fine. Case in point, look at Sandy Alcantara. You said Heaney? Willie Downers over here saying Heaney. Heaney and Skeens should not even be in the same chat. That is crazy. Heaney and Skeens should not be in the same chat, let alone back to back. This man said Heaney. And then we got a Skeens right after. That's some crazy stuff. So Hollow is suggesting a 6-man rotation. I don't see it. I don't see it. That said, if there was a team that could do it based on how much depth they have, well, it would be the Yankees. I don't know. I don't see it, but I have no idea what they'll do. Heel probably goes to the bullpen. Schmidt probably never comes off IL and is traded. Warren is probably kept. They trade away ERC and all those guys. Who knows? I don't know. Well, Yarbrough will be a free agent. So I would imagine they don't bring him back. He's probably going to get paid, even though he had the injury. Let's do a temperature check. Let's do a temperature check right now. All right, Fernando Cruz. Going into the postseason, today, not a good performance, but he's looked really good. Where are you on Fernando Cruz? 1 to 10. 1 being, I don't want this guy anywhere near a mound of any kind. Should be locked in a room where, there's a small closet and there's no glove anywhere near him. And 10 being that I love him as much as Mariano Rivera. Somewhere between 7 and 9. -5. Oh, that's Willie Downer. That's why. All right. Temperature check. I'm seeing a lot of 8s, 7s. I see a 10, a 6, a few 6s, a 4. That's a good one. I'm going to probably say I'm at an 8 with Cruz. I love Cruz. He still is wild, but he makes it work. Absolutely obliterates batters, though. The stuff is crazy. Okay. Let's keep this going. Temperature check. Luke Weaver. Not a good outing today. Has been really good. Has been efficient. Where are we on Luke Weaver 1 to 10? I see a 10. I see a 9, 8. I'm going to say a 9. I don't trust him as much as Mariano Rivera to give him a 10. No, I'm kidding. I guess a 10 doesn't have to be Mo. Obviously, nobody's Mo, but I think I would go with an 8. Okay. Oh, man, what am I setting myself up for? All right, guys, you know what time it is. Devin Williams 1 through 10 temperature check on Devin Williams. I'm not expecting great here. -10, 5, 4, negative infinity. Oh, I got a 0.0. I see a 1. I see a 3. A 5. I think the highest I've seen for him is a 5. A 3, 2. Scranton. Below average on many nights. That's fair. A 0. Spelled out, by the way. 4 is generous. I'm going to give him a 4. I think I'll give him a 4. Because when Devin Williams is in a non-high leverage role, he can be fine. Yeah, he should only be pitching in the 6th inning or the 7th inning. 8th inning, 9th inning, 10th inning, no. We'll pass. Okay, this is an interesting one. Camilo Doval, temperature check, 1 through 10, go. I'm going to go with Doval right now out of 5. His stuff is so good, dude. Like, if he just figures it out, I know it sounds crazy because we're talking about a guy that is an established closer in this league, but the location, how wild he is, those are issues. But I'll give him a 5. I agree. Stuff don't matter if you can locate. HS, you said it best. For sure. Apex, thank you for the 2. As of now, I put Will in a game 4 over Heel in playoffs. I don't know about that one. I don't think I can even make that judgment. I think I would just stick with a 3-man rotation. That's what I would do. Yeah, I think 5 for Doval's fair. Okay, let's Mark Leiter Jr. What's the temperature on him? I kind of feel like it's a 6 for me. Like, I trust him more than Camilo Doval right now. But I don't want to go too crazy. I see 6s. I see a 4, 7, a 6, a 3, a 0.1, 4, 5, 7, 6, 10, 7, a please God no lighter from Marvin, 8.06, 2, 6. Yeah, I like 6. I agree. I like 6 for him. All right. All right, so let's do this. Haven't seen him in a minute. Ryan Yarbrough in the bullpen. Give me a temperature check on him. I'd probably say, because I haven't seen him in a while, I'm going to go probably a 7 here. I see 8. I see Yarby 8. I see 7, 6.5, 7. A -4. Damn. A 5, 4. He is inconsistent. 8, 6, 8. Interesting. Yarby is a 10 compared to the rest of these bums. Oh, man. You didn't think I was done, did you? Paul Blackburn. Give me a temperature check on Paul Blackburn in the comments. In the chat. I'll tell you right now. I am. I'm gonna go with a 2. Oh wow, you guys are nice. I'm seeing 5. I'm seeing 4.5. I'm seeing 3, 4, 5, 6. Blackburn is solid. 2, 4, 2. 6. A 3. Yeah, we'll see. We'll avoid Jake Bird. I don't think anybody wants to go through Jake Bird again. I'm probably bringing up some PTSD just by mentioning his name. All right, let's do David Bednar. I'm gonna probably go. I'm gonna go 9 on Bednar. I'm not at a 10. I see a lot of 9s. I see 10s. I see 8.5. I see 9.5. A 6. That seems harsh. 9.5. He isn't Mo. You're absolutely right. But I like him a lot. A 3 from Yankees fan girl for life. Tough crowd. Damn. Bednar is a dog. He's a bulldog. We like that. He is pretty damn good. Yeah, I like a 9. I like a 9 a lot. Aside from that, all right. Who else we got? Tim Hill. Temperature check on Tim Hill. I think I'm at a 7 for Tim Hill. I know he gave up a home run the other night, and he can be frustrating, but I'd give him about a 7. 8, fearless, throws strikes. 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 7, 8, 3, 6, 7, 9, 7. Tim Hillbilly is a 10. Wow. 9, 5, 7, 5, 7. Yeah. I like 7. That's where I'm at on him. I feel like we're missing somebody in the bullpen. Are we? We must be missing somebody. Well, Lasagna's done for the year. Oh, Yeri de Los Santos. All right, temperature check on Yeri. I used to be really high on him. He's struggling, man. I'd probably give it a 3 right now. I like Yeri. I think he's got good stuff. I don't trust Yeri at all right now. I think earlier in the year, before the injury, Yeri was probably, I'd put him in the 7, 6 category. I mean, maybe I give him a 4. I'm going to go with a 3, though. So I see, it's about the same, like 4 or 5 in that area. A 2. All right, cool. Yeah, cool exercise. I like that we did that. So we're going to do voicemails, and then we're going to talk about tomorrow's game. Rodon taking on Christian Javier. 7:40 tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Not 8:10, 7:40. Don't understand the logic behind that, but it is what it is. So Rodon has a 3.18 ERA, 15.7, 1.08 WHIP. He's been very good this year. Christian Javier has a 3.38 ERA, a 1.13 WHIP, and he's 1-1. He's only pitched 16 innings. Javier, really good pitcher, has had success against the Yankees in the past. The reality is he's only pitched in 4 games so far this season. He came back in August. He's given up 6 runs in 16 innings. And he's kept the ball in the yard for the most part. Gave up a home run against the Sox, but 3 straight games without giving up a home run. Tomorrow could be a tough test for him, but it could be even tougher for the New York Yankees. We're going to find out, but interesting matchup there. Javier is a right-hander, so I don't think they're going to go crazy with putting in Caballero, putting in, Rosario, anything like that. But let's get to voicemails. And I don't know who this is because they don't say who they are. So I'm going to say unknown. Appreciate the voicemail.
Hey, so he did it today. He did it again. He did it again. Oh, hi, Jake and Gary. Didn't see you guys there. I was just talking to my dog here because I have no one else to talk to at this hour, and I'm very upset. Just want to say I'm not surprised. The ball should have been in the game. Devin Williams, not the airbender. We all know he's a non-contender. He puts everything in the blender. He's just a pretender. It's quite annoying, honestly, but what are you going to do? This umpire really wasn't helping us much at all. Walsh basically changed the whole way he was calling the game. First strikes and strikes in general are very important. We saw what happened throughout the game. We saw what happened with Weaver there at the end. A couple of strikes not called. Apparently, if you just move out of the way of a pitch, if it's a strike and you act like it's going to hit you, they're going to call it a ball. I don't know. I guess that's a method we should employ in the future. It's kind of weirdly called. Not surprised that both of them got thrown out there because it's quite frustrating seeing the way it's going on. But I do not want to see Williams in any leverage position. No medium leverage, no high leverage. I don't see what the thought process was there, bringing him in as opposed to Duvall. I heard they were saying, if they're up by one, Duvall. If they're tied, apparently Devin Williams. But it just makes no sense to me. He clearly cannot pitch against the Astros, let alone any big contender in a high leverage position. I just say I'm done with the experimenting with him. Obviously, the umpire didn't help us much there. Also, Wells standing up there when it was a strike as well was kind of strange. So Weaver probably could have struck out some people. Granted, Devin Williams had some strikes there too. It changes the whole at bat as well. So, but still, he did walk 3 people. So it's just frustrating. Game's not over yet. Hopefully we could come back, but morale is down right now. And given what Williams just did, it's going to be tough. But hey, there's always hope, I guess.
Yeah, appreciate the super. It was a long one. We don't know who it was, but we appreciate it, of course. And I love that you brought that up. I can't believe I forgot about that. The biggest issue I had was when you said it best. You can just back out of the way and now it's a strike. Trammell didn't deserve that call because he backed out of it. It's just awful. I'm glad you brought that. I can't believe I missed that. I watched it, but I can't believe I didn't say it. We've been live for over 50 minutes, and I haven't even mentioned that. I hated that. I hated that so much. But no, appreciate the super audio chat or the voicemail. And we move on to Kyle Millay.
Hey guys, Kyle Millay here. Yankees tried to come back in the ninth, but the stupid ump was in bull crap again, because that was not a strike to Chisholm. That was supposed to be ball 4, and we were going to have Stanton up to hit a go-ahead homer. Hopefully. But no, the ump had to screw that up. And to our stupid manager, how many times are you going to bring in Devin Williams to screw up a game? He is not high-leverage pitcher right now. Like, where's David Bednar? Is he even alive? Like, he could have pitched 2 innings, I think. But no, Boone has to be a freaking dumb manager and bring in Devin Williams to give up the game. But at least the Yankees tried to come back in the ninth, but no, that stupid umpire. But yeah, let's all have a good night, and hopefully we can go win a series tomorrow. Hopefully the umpires are better tomorrow. But apparently they think they're the show. So, all right, have a good night.
Appreciate you, Kyle. Yeah, really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. I don't want to say it was all the umpires or anything, but Man, he was just terrible tonight. He really was. And I still feel like Jazz has to protect. I mean, I know it sucks. It really does. I mean, again, it kind of goes back to what Welkin was saying, right? With the pitcher, you know that they're not consistent with the called strike and everything. Don't nibble. Well, as a hitter, I hate to be this way because I think Jazz, any other umpire, and he probably gets that call, and he's probably walking to first base, and Stanton's coming up with a chance to be the go-ahead run. But my issue is that, again, this guy's showing no consistency. And not only that, he's showing that he might have it out for you. And think about it, he has a reason to. He threw out Devin Williams. He threw out Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone was just cussing him up and down. He has no reason to stick his neck out for the Yankees. Now, obviously, I'm not defending him. I think he was terrible. I think he's absolute dog water and shouldn't have the job. That said, it's just when you're dealing with that type of umpire, you got to protect. I hate to say it. What bothers me is we know Christian Walker wasn't going to swing at any of those pitches, and he was getting the benefit of the doubt. He was getting calls. Yeah, frustrating, very frustrating. I still think you got to protect. I hate it because it's a ball, and I hate telling Jazz to swing a ball. But and you know, the thing that I really hate is that Jazz Chisholm, he's not trying to be the hero there. He comes up, he is swinging for the fences, he misses two, and then, you know what? He steps up, he works the count full, and he's just trying to get on base. That's what bothers me. Jazz actually tried not to be the hero, and he still got penalized for it. That's what I hate. Because I still think he should have protected. Just because I think he should have protected because of how bad the umpire is doesn't mean that that's the right thing. If we had just the K zone, because I don't think we need a home plate umpire for balls and strikes. There's literally K zone on TV. That's more accurate. I don't know why they can't just use that. But anyway, if they had K zone, that's a walk every time, 100 out of 100. So yeah, it bothers me. Welkin, that's exactly how I feel. Jazz will remember this and never do this again. Yeah, I'm hoping that's not the case. But good Lord, man. And Marvin saying Alexander got those same calls go his way. Watch it back. I believe you. I mean, I watched it, so I know what you mean. Oh, awful. Terrible umpire. And then you have the short fuse on top of it, and you look like a freaking goon. I did not like him at all.
Wow. I don't know what I can say. There is no relief pitcher I feel like we can trust. Devin Williams, he clearly still sucks. Camilo Duvall, we acquired him. He was supposed to be the straight guy. Apparently he's not. Duvall is terrible, and we need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of half the guys on this team. We are only being held up by a group of bats like Stanton and Belly that do well, and then we're also held up by luck because occasionally you'll have a bat player that goes up there like, well, he gets the hit. But besides that, there's nothing good about this team. The Astros came to play today, and they did. And as soon as Warren got tired, he fell out there, and the entire defense collapsed. And I'm telling you, we are not doing well in this postseason at all. Fire Baboon.
Always on brand. Ninja Hot Dog, love the dog. Fire Baboon. Yeah. Today was really frustrating because of Baboon. Again, I just don't know how you take out Will Warren. Less than 70 pitches. Oh, so much that went wrong. Yeah, and I mean, to your point, Duvall struggling, Devin Williams is struggling. If you want to take anything positive away from this game, watch the way it ended. Think about this. Just simplify everything, okay? This is how I would look at this game if you're trying to be positive. If you're trying to take anything away that could lead to tomorrow them winning the game, which I think they will. mainly because I like the way they ended the game. I mean, let's go play by play, right? So you start this thing off in the 9th inning. You're down 8-4. You're down 8-4. So it's already not a good start, right? Horrendous 8th inning. Momentum is totally in favor of the Houston Astros. And you end up getting Abreu on the mound. You get Dominguez, who pinch hits for Volpe because Volpe's a lemon. Dominguez grounds out to second. McMahon then singles to center. Grisham strikes out, and with 2 outs, Judge just does his job, singles into center field, moves McMahon over to third. Judge goes over because of, defensive indifference. He takes second. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position. Bellinger comes up to the plate, and he launches one over the seats, and now all of a sudden, after being down 4 runs in the top of the 9th, it's now a 1-run ball game, and Stanton is waiting in the wings, except for the fact that Jazz Chisholm hit ahead of him today, which was idiotic on Boone's part, as I've already mentioned. And then Jazz goes down on a 3-2 count that he worked. He takes ball 4, and they don't give it to him. So I'm not saying if Jazz wasn't in the cleanup spot, Stanton hits another home run and they tie the game up or anything. That was just a frustration thing for me. But if you want to take positive out of this team did not go down without a fight. This team fought to the bitter end. And I know that sounds corny, but we've seen this team just flat out give up on games. We've seen this team look absolutely depressed, and they really fought and tried to win this game. And I got to give them a lot of props for doing that. Obviously, they're supposed to do that, but when you're down 8-4, you just lost the lead. Literally last inning, it's 4-4, and you give up 4 runs. I mean, I could understand if they were just, the feeling in the air was just gone. But I like the way they finished this game out. I'm not saying it helps them win the game, but I am saying it helps them win the next game. Make no mistake about it, the way they finish this game is going to have some sort of effect tomorrow. If they didn't finish this game at all, they gave up on it, that negative energy goes into tomorrow's game. And you bet your ass it goes into tomorrow's game. We've already seen it. Look at the Marlins series on how not to finish games because they do affect you the following day. Guy is our last voicemail.
Hey, everyone. Actually had a good voicemail playing tonight. Wanted to talk about Austin Wells and a few different things about him, and I just don't have the spirit to do it. This game really is. I'm kind of emotional. I'm very high and low, a little bipolar, you know what I mean.
Yankees will do that to you.
But yeah, I mean, I can guarantee in the chat tonight that they are blaming the umpire. You don't blame the umpire. They are horrible. They were a little biased, I think, but we had our chances. And we brought Devin Williams in. That's all I got to say, except for you guys are a great show, and I'm very happy to be part of it. All right, good night.
Well, appreciate you as always, Guy. I can speak for Gary as well. We really appreciate that. And I'll say this, right? We enjoy having you as a part of it. We love our voicemails. We think it's one of the best things that we've rolled out. Just really love doing it. Love hearing from you guys, putting a face to the voice and everything. So that's cool, But to kind of talk about your voicemail. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I think it's tough, man. I think it's tough because it's like, look, I'm not the manager. I'm not the owner of this team. I actually understand, like, when fans want to get upset about umpires, I get it. There's a lot that's riding on a game. There's a lot that goes into it. It's man, it's a little frustrating for sure to see, like, they're just an inconvenience. Like, we already have the technology that tells us what a ball and a strike is instantaneously, but yet we're playing mental gymnastics to make these umpires feel better about themselves and give them a job. Why? I actually don't get that. I don't understand it at all. Because, again, instantaneously in your living room, you were able to see that Jazz Chisholm took ball 4. But yet that billion-dollar organization, the MLB, however much money they make, they don't have the technology to do it in real time. See, that just I don't subscribe to that. I think it's pathetic. I really do. There are a lot of things that I think 2025, I think today's day and age, I think people use technology for things to be more lazy. I don't think it's always improving. This is one of those things where, okay, you made the bases bigger. You added a pitch clock. But this is the most important thing. I don't care anymore about the spirit of the game. I don't care anymore about the human element. I don't care. I want the right calls. If it hurts my team, so be it. That's what it should be. But I want the right calls. I already am not getting the right calls on the other bases. But at home plate, to see what they do behind there and then how quick they are to toss guys out of the game, man. And the thing that is really frustrating is that you try to get people into the sport. They'll watch one game and you know what they're talking about? The umpires. So, I mean, think about this. You know, people say don't talk about the umpires. Don't be a fan, whatever. Think about it. You could have somebody that you're watching for the first time that doesn't know a lick about baseball. You show them, oh yeah, all they have to do is hit it in this box and it's a strike. What happens to this person's brain when they see a ball go right down the middle in the strike, the strike zone that they see on the screen and they call it a ball? It breaks our brain, but can you imagine somebody who doesn't understand baseball? Wait, you just told me this. What am I supposed to do? Like, how do I what is this? Yeah. I've already seen people react in that way. It's awful, man. The automation has to be down. I'm not talking about this. I don't care. They need to make it fully automated strike zone. It'd be one thing if you didn't have it on the damn TV screen. And let's be honest here. It's not like the MLB network is the only one who shows the K zone. It's not like ESPN is the only one. They were the first. But now we got Yes Network who has the K zone. Everybody has the K zone. It is a standard to watching baseball. A standard. We didn't have the K zone, obviously, when I was a kid. I know some people in here are going to be like, well, don't even get me started when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we didn't have the K zone. The only time you saw K-Zone was ESPN, the Sunday Night Baseball. That's the only time. It's just awful, man. It's awful. It's my final thing I'm going to say. But, really frustrating loss. Hopefully they get the win tomorrow. I do believe they will. I think Rodon is going to beat out Christian Javier. The Yankees are a 60.5% favorite to win, according to ESPN's matchup predictor tomorrow. And we'll see how things go. But, guys, really appreciate you hanging out. We got some super chats to finish this out. And then, we'll call it. So, Brian, straight to the point. Thank you, Brian. Time to let Devin go. I don't know about that. The time was a while ago. They didn't. Now I feel like they got to lay in the bed that they made. But appreciate the super. HS, thank you for the 5. Leave Williams off the postseason roster. I'd rather see Leiter Jr. It's fair. Fernando Matos, thank you for the 2. Can't wait to see John Boy Media cover this game. You mean like the voiceover? Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure to hear. Apex, thank you for the 2. No excuse with Roman Anthony hurt. 2 out of 3 must win. Yeah, I feel that. And let's see. Oh, Mark. Look at my tweet just now. FYI, first voicemail was me. How about that? Now we know. I had kind of a feeling it was you, but I don't know. I've never heard you talk before, so. All right. So, let's see here. That's interesting. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, Brendan Cuddy posted a tweet. You can go check it out at Brendan Cuddy NJ on Twitter. I don't know what this was about, but it was kind of weird. Mark is saying, at Raging Pianist, is saying, this guy is the ump behind the plate tomorrow, taunting a manager. Series might very well be over. Well, it's a good thing it's not the postseason, right? Good God. Yeah, tomorrow's home plate umpire was taunting Aaron Boone in the video. After he was thrown out, he was doing this whole... I mean, this is what I'm... Come on. Really? This is amateur hour. Fully automated. Get these numbskulls the hell off my baseball diamond. Just awful. Absolute clown show. Thank you for bringing it to my attention, Mark. Appreciate the super. Appreciate the voicemail. Michael Laval, thank you for the 5. So much time, money, emotion is devoted to a game that at its most fundamental level is simply based on total bullshit. Wow. How profound. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. Yeah, a lot of time, effort, all this is invested in this type of game, and it just sucks that, you have these umpires. It's just, I don't know. But again, you also need guys that can play. So the Yankees, we could talk about the umpires all we want, but the reality is they got to go and they got to win tomorrow. I think the reality is you can hold the umpires accountable. You can hold Aaron Boone accountable as well. You can hold the players accountable. We held Anthony Volpe accountable earlier. There was a reason he was pinch hit for. He was a lemon. There you go. So, again, Rodon on the hill taking on Javier. We'll see what happens. I think the Yankees win tomorrow. I expect Aaron Judge to go yard. And that's going to do it. Appreciate everyone with the supers. Appreciate everyone with the voicemails. Appreciate everyone with the chat. Fun hanging out with you. I miss my co-host, but man, the solo show I thought was a success because you guys made it a success. So always appreciate you guys, the kind words that you always throw out there. And even if you're not throwing out kind words, you're giving me ideas. We're able to converse, hang out, have a good time. Really appreciate you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. So before we head out, okay, what comment are we going to drop? How about this? We'll just say good old Baboon. Put Baboon in the comments section if you stuck around long enough. And I will see you guys in the next one. Like the video. Take care. Hype the video on mobile if you can. Subscribe if you haven't already. And drop a comment, not in the chat, but put a Baboon in the comment section. It really helps the algorithm when you guys just start. So if you love this show, after every single time we finish a live stream, show you love this show because YouTube will see, ooh, lots of people are commenting. This must be something we should push. So appreciate you, and I'll see you guys soon.